Hello scrapbookers, this is Megan and I am back today with another For the Love of Homemade Kits video. For this video I have these 3 photos of my son with his grandma, and this is my oldest son Jonas, and this was back in 2009, I think. Maybe it was 2008, I can't remember exactly. But he is helping her pick her vegetables in her garden, and I just thought these were some really fun photos. And I think in one of my videos I talked about using some garden photos with the wood grain background that I have. It's kind of a gray wood grain, you can see it there. And these are the photos that I really wanted to use with this background. So I'm really glad that I saved it to use it with this background. And I'm really happy with how this layout turned out. So here I'm trying to figure out how I want to mat these photos, because I know I want to mat the photos. And I don't have the layout here in front of me. So I apologize. I don't exactly remember everything that I'm going to do on this layout, but I did use this paper that I think is from My Mind's Eye, and it is just a ledger paper. And then I'm going to use this pre-cut pattern paper as a piece on the background. So here what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mat each one of these photos on that lined paper, and I'm just going to line them up from top to bottom like you can see them now. I don't really change them up very much at all. So here I'm just kind of playing around, trying to figure out what exactly I want to do with my background, and just using my ATG gun to glue down this pattern paper. And I forgot that I had wanted to do some inking on the edges of all of the papers and everything. So I pulled it up off of the layout, and I pulled out my Close to My Heart slate gray and a little sponge. I don't know what kind of it's one of those circular sponges, and I just cut it in like eighths, I think. And I buy my sponges from Close to My Heart. I am still thinking that I want to become a consultant, so if you're interested in becoming a customer of mine, let me know, because that will help me make my mind. If you're looking for a Close to My Heart consultant, email me, message me, Facebook message me, anything, and let me know that you're looking for a Close to My Heart consultant, because I would love to be your Close to My Heart consultant. If you don't already have me friended on Facebook, I am Meggy Blethen. It used to be Crafty Meggy, but since Crafty was the quote-unquote first name of my account, they made me change it to Meggy Blethen. So Meggy Blethen is my Crafty Meggy account. Okay, so now you can see I picked out another pattern paper. It's kind of a tealish blue with some off-white, and then let's see, and then this specialty paper. And now I'm just going to glue down my photos. And I didn't want them to be straight, fully straight on the layout, so I kind of tilted each one of them just a little bit, and I kind of fussed with them. You can see I'm pulling them up right now and then gluing them back down. Okay, so now here I am covering up the photos, and I'm going to use my Shimmers paints, and this is Snowstorm. This is their white. Okay, so now I'm thinking I need a title and some embellishing. So I pulled out the chipboard sheet here that you can see, and I'm kind of cleaning up my mess that I made. And I have this cute little flower set. And then, so there's that one that's in the top, and then I'm going to put one in the bottom. But I'm actually going to switch them around because that orangish red one kind of went better up in the top. And I'm just going to cut off the stem part of it and then paste it down, stick it down, because it's got this sticky back on it, which is always really nice. And unlike chipboard thickers, these chipboard stickers, the sheets of them actually stick to layouts really, really well. I don't know what the difference is. You can also see that I pulled out some buttons and I put those in the center of the flowers. Now here I'm just pulling out a couple tags to use on this layout and a few more embellishments. Fussing with that picture again, right? I think I needed to push it down a little bit because I wanted you to be able to see more of the tag. So that's why I pulled those up. And now here I'm thinking maybe I'll use a frame, but I didn't really like any of the places I was putting it. I pulled off this stamp and it's an arrow, and I was thinking I could put it in one of the cluster areas, but I don't actually end up doing that, I don't think. Here's another chipboard piece that I was trying to incorporate into the layout, and it's not going to make it either. I don't think it does. So I'm going to put a couple of these tags on here, and I forgot to ink the edges on a couple of these embellishments, so that's what I'm doing right now. And then I'm going to glue all of these pieces down. And for these littler labels, I do like to use my Tombow, what is it, tape runner? I don't know what it's called. Let's see. I actually don't think I have one right now because that one ran out, so I need to go get more. Okay. I'm still just kind of playing with some of these labels and tags and things that I put in my kit. And this little banner from Studio Calico Kit, was it it might have been a Click Kit from last year, I think, actually. It says, we loved this, I think is what it says. And so I'm going to cut it down, and I think I am going to put it on this layout. Maybe I don't. Here I'm just playing with some of the labels, trying to figure out which one would look best up there. So yes, I do. So here I'm cutting off the little banner piece and just cutting it down and rounding the edges, and I'm going to stick it up there. And I really like how this turned out. Okay, so now here I am going to glue down a bunch of these gold sequins, and these are from the Spiegel Mom Scrap store. So I'm just going to glue those down in a few places, and I'll cut this out because this is kind of boring. Make sure that you head on over to the other ladies' channels to check out their videos as well. I will have links down below to their channels, and yeah, make sure you leave them some love. Okay, so now you can see I have down there in the bottom left hand corner a cute little wood veneer house that was in my kit. I was actually really excited to use it on this layout. We are, in these photos, we're at my mother-in-law's house visiting, and so it worked out perfectly to put a house down there in that corner. So now here I'm just going to work on my title, and it's going to be a boring title, very straightforward, very blah. It's just going to say Gardening with Grandma, and I'm going to use some of these wood ones. the wood texture to write out the word with. And then those other alphas, which are called Sicily, I think is what they're called. And those are from American Crafts, I believe. And you can get those at Michael's. My Michael's has them. I actually just saw some today and I had to tell myself not to buy them because I really don't need more thickers. And here I'm just using some of this slate gray ink to kind of darken up a few of them, because one of the packs was a newer pack and one of the packs was an older pack, and the older pack looked darker. I don't know why. So I just kind of used the ink to grunge up the newer pack. Okay, so I used some Zots to glue down that house, and then now here I'm going to start gluing down the letters. Sorry, it's starting to get late. I forgot what I was saying for a moment there. And I didn't really mind that I was kind of putting them on crooked. It kind of makes it a little bit more fun. Now here I am just going to glue down all of these letters so that they will stick. So I'm not going to keep all of this in here because it takes forever. It's like my least favorite part of scrapbooking. It's gluing down chipboard letters. Okay, now you can see that I have glued down my title, and I am going to come in with some more of these white sprinkles of mist. Just kind of clean up my area a little bit. And I think I'm pretty much done here. I don't think I do much more. Okay, that is the end of my layout. Make sure to head on over to the other links below that I will have down there. And I will see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye!